Hi guys, it's Sharklaw. Today I'm going to be talking about angling, which in my opinion is one of the most useful and important techs, and I think it's foundational for you to start learning how to get better at ducking, especially if you're a newer player. Yeah, so normally when someone's shooting, if you don't angle, you can only shoot left, right, or up. And so that's actually a big disadvantage because if like the gray duck up here has a gun and he knows how to angle, he can shoot down at me, but there's like giant squares where you can't shoot. But if you can angle, then you can hit him. Just a quick disclaimer, I have jump and up bound to the same key, so it usually shouldn't matter for basically everything. The only thing is, if I want to throw something up, I have to hold down like jump, so I can't jump and throw up at the same time. And this shouldn't matter for any tech or anything. It's just something to know. So the first type of angling is up angling, and how it works is whenever I jump and then I flutter, so it's basically just press jump and then press jump again to flutter, the barrel of the gun points up, but there are 3 points along the curve where it will point up at a different upwards angle. So it's about like 25 degrees, 45 degrees, and like 75 degrees. So for example, this would be the shallowest angle, and then this would be the middle angle, a 45-degree angle, and this would be the 75-degree angle. So here are all the different up angles frame by frame. Just keep in mind that like all of these angles just take a lot of muscle memory, and like when you're in an actual game, it might be hard to do something very precise, but as you play more, your muscle memory gets more developed and you'll get better at just like hitting the angles you want. For down angling, it's only a little more complicated. So first you want to start by fluttering, and then as you're fluttering, you want to turn, and as you see when I turn, the gun points down for a second. You see the red line, and so it's going to be all the general same angles. You're going to have the middle angle, it's like 45 degrees. You're going to have the sharp angle, the middle angle, and then the wide angle, like that. And yeah. So quick disclaimer for downwards angling. This might not seem intuitive if you just think about it, but if you actually look at it, it is. Let's say I want to angle down to the gray duck, I need to actually face left to angle right, because as I turn, my gun points right at a rightwards angle. So like in matches, what you might see better players doing is like if an enemy is in a spot where you can angle them, you'll see good players facing away because they'll be in the angling range, because you're not going to straight shoot them from here. So the only way to hit them is by facing away and then turning to angle. And also there's something that's a little more advanced, is that if you notice that when you're turning, it goes also all the way up to the top. It doesn't only do down angles. This just shows that you can do like this. They're called fourth frame angles, and they're slightly different than the normal up angles. They're slightly different like angle, but overall it's generally like the same principle in terms of turning. Here are all the different down angles you would see as you turn, and also all the up angles you would see as you turn, frame by frame. Feature of angling is, especially for a high knockback gun like the Mag Blaster, you can use it to, if you angle downwards, you can use it to get up high places, and so it's useful for like climbing up the map and stuff. So you don't need to just like, I mean, using a spring here is very easy, but if you have to do like a bunch of parkour up like the map using like ragdoll jumps and more advanced tech, you can just angle up and it's much easier. Also chaining together a bunch of sharp down angles, like even faster than that, like even on the pistol you can go really high. But it's much easier on the Mag Blaster because it's because of the high knockback, it's much less precise, and you can just do like a few like easy down angles and get up really high. Next important tech I'm going to talk about is called angle saving. And so this tech is much easier to do than just like trying to learn all the different angles, but is quite useful, especially for like trying to get up high places without spamming angles, especially if you don't have a mag blaster. But if you're like not good at fast angling with a pistol, like me, then angle saving is a very good way to get up here super easily. So the basic principle behind angle saving is if you like flutter and throw your gun up, then this angle is now, then like there's an angle now saved to your duck. So if I were to pick up any weapon, for the first frame that I pick it up, the barrel of the gun is going to point up 45 degrees. So, and if I hold shoot and then press grab, it's going to shoot in a like upwards diagonal angle. And so this is very useful, and it like carries over to any other gun. So like I can angle save with this gun and shoot up with this gun. And then the other part of angle saving is if you do that same thing and then turn around, for any gun, it will shoot diagonally down, which gives you a lot of height, especially if you jump when that happens. Because if you don't jump, then you're not going anywhere. Okay, so that's the basic principle behind angle saving, and there's actually many ways to set it up. So yeah, it basically requires no skill. All you need to do is hold down shoot and then grab. That's the main important thing. And if you want to go high up, then you want to jump while you're doing that. Yeah, because if you hold shoot, it buffers it, so it will shoot on the first frame that you pick up the gun. Yeah, which is very useful. Okay, so there's actually many ways to do it, and some are definitely faster than others. So the most basic way is to just like hold up and flutter and just throw it up, and that works. Another way that is much faster is to just pick it up and then like jump, flutter, and then hold crouch and then drop it. So if you just, what I do is I just hold up and then crouch and drop, and that works for me. And you can make that very fast. Another way to do it is just like holding flutter up and then ragdolling, and then that will also angle save. It also works if you throw it against a wall, not just like throw it like that against a wall. You have to go up so you're facing the wall, and then just throw it, and then that will work. It also works if you just throw something. So like I can throw it up, but if I also want to throw it like that, so let's say I want to throw a grenade at someone, as long as I'm holding up and fluttering, just I can still angle save. So this is actually a completely different angle save, or type of angle save, that I actually just discovered today. And so it's kind of simpler than a normal angle save, and it will get you a first frame up angle. So how it works is you actually don't angle save the gun at all, and you just place it down with no magic or anything, and then you just flutter and then grab it while the gun is still, while you're still in the air, while you're still fluttering. Because if you wait till you touch the floor, then it's just going to be a normal shot. But if you flutter, then it will do a first frame angle up, and it's a super easy lineup you can do. There's actually another trick with angle saving that allows you to shoot at a steeper angle that's equivalent to like the sharpest angle from normal angling. And yeah, how it works is instead of just doing a normal angle save, what you want to do is flutter and then crouch right before you would pick up the gun, and it will shoot at a much steeper angle. So it's sometimes hard to get, but usually it's not that bad. Okay, so it also works if you have a holster. So usually when you have a holster, if you want to drop something, like throw it up, it will just get put on your back, which is really annoying because usually that means you can't do an angle save. But you actually can do an angle save if you just do any of the methods, like if you flutter up and put it on your back, and then you turn around and then do the same thing. Hold shoot and then grab and then also jump. It will work. So even if you're just fluttering, if you just do like that, you just make sure to turn around. Otherwise, if you don't turn around, then it won't work. Okay, so I'm going to be giving some quick like examples, like how you could use angle saving in a real game. And this is especially with lineups. So if you come over here to and you stand on this little piece that's sticking out, and you just throw the gun against the wall. I'm not pressing anything besides throw, and you turn around. It will fire right on this box right here. So if someone's like grabbing the shotgun, then you can go and just fire on them and kill them, and it works very well because no one really expects it. Another example is here. If you're trying to fight for control of the middle, and let's say like another duck is pushing you with like a SMG or something, and if you don't want to risk angling up because you think you might miss, you can just angle save here, and it will shoot up like that. And I don't want everyone to camp, just putting it out there. You don't want to just sit down here and just camp with your angle saves, but it's good if you're in a pinch. Okay, so another example of angle saving that you can use in an actual match is right here on this map. So what you want to do is you just want to go right here and angle save the gun. So you're facing this way when it's angle saved, so it'll shoot downwards. And so there's two ways you can do it. So if you just, press grab while you're holding shoot, then it will angle down here, which is a very nice spot. So you can get a duck if they're like running here, or they're jumping up. And no one usually expects this. Or if you jump, it actually goes lower and it will hit a duck in the doorway, which is pretty neat. So on the other side, it works the same. And yeah. Okay, the last example I'm going to talk about today is on this map with the bazooka. So usually there's like actually a very easy way to break open the bazooka, or break open the sniper in the middle. You just slide down here and just fire, and then that easily breaks it open and you won't die. But let's say there's someone like gonna shoot you or whatever, and you have to be fast because that's kind of slow, right? So you could risk it. You could try to angle up, and there is like a way to do it without killing yourself, but it's very difficult. So another thing you can do is you can just angle save and just slide shoot, and that will open up the bazooka thing. So the last angling tech I'm going to talk about today is what I call gun jumping, and it's probably the hardest thing, but it's just timing. It's just like a normal angle kind of. So if you go against a wall with any gun and then you turn, so if you see on the first frame that I turn, the gun points diagonally downwards. You can probably see that, or like this. You can see the little red dot on the green occasionally. And if you shoot during that time, you jump, then you go really high, because it's basically just like doing an angle save kind of. That's basically the same thing as doing an angle save. It's pointing the gun down on the first frame, and you're just jumping. But it's just, yeah. It's just relying on you pressing the same inputs at the same time. Yeah. So that's going to be all the tech I'm going to talk about in this video. But if you have any questions, please just leave a comment down below, and I will try to answer that, or any suggestions or anything. My plan is to record 2 videos a week and try to post them, but that will increase or decrease depending on how much time I have. And yeah, so my next video should be coming out soon, or I might post them both at the same time. It's going to be wall shooting, floor shooting, and ceiling shooting, and all the different ways you can do that. Keep on duck gaming. Peace.